Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. It's just beautiful. Honestly, it's just freaking beautiful. And you and I, well, we're here together, and we have a lot to talk about. So, pre-market report. Let's start off with this. Everyone has been holding their breath, not you and me, because we already knew what to expect here with regard to this huge inflation report from this morning. Guess what? Inflation continues to rise. It's up 3.3% from a year ago. Oh my, really? You mean the Fed got it wrong? Because we were told by the Fed that second half of the year, well, kind of we're here now, that inflation was going to come down. Well, guess what? It hasn't come down at all. It's astonishing to me, and maybe not. I'm laughing because it's just too pathetic. Every single projection that the Fed has made so far has been wrong. Imagine being wrong 100% of the time and getting away with it. Again, look, the Fed, they're not stupid. They understand that this was, that none of this was temporary or transitory, and the Fed continues to inflate on a scale that is actually beyond belief. And we also found out that the pace, are you ready for this one? Forget about this for just a moment here, because you and I understood that inflation was going to continue to rise, and it's got nowhere to go but higher as the Fed is ballooning the money supply, as we're adding $1 trillion to the debt every 3 months here. We just found out that the pace at which world debt is rising, well, that has just accelerated. Imagine our shock here too. This is the game. People are being sold a lie on an unprecedented scale here by central banks, by our loving, caring politicians who are telling you, look here. Don't look over here. Don't worry about what the Federal Reserve is doing. Don't worry about what central banks are doing. Let's focus on all these other nonsensical things so they can keep you distracted as we move forward into this presidential selection cycle. But yeah, so that's the big story. Inflation continues to rise, up 3.3% from a year ago. And I'm going to let you know on a big, fat, ugly secret here. It's going much higher. But just check this out here. A massive amount of debt buying. Some entity out here, and I wonder who that is. Let's think. Is buying a lot of debt. And as we expected, again, look, what do we know is going on? It always comes down to what we know. In my view, and what we have shared here multiple times, again, this is not just my thing. This is our thing. We have said that the Fed would step in here and buy more debt because they're going to prop up this market during the selection cycle. And the propaganda is even going to get even worse here. Where did I put this whole thing here? Oh, I had something else. I guess I lost it. I don't know where it is. Where did I put it? Anyway, doesn't matter. The mechanism is very, very simple. And we are going to see things moving forward that are going to blow the minds of most people. But you and I, we got this already. Because, look, there is no way off this earth, on this earth, under the oceans, or in freaking outer space that global debt is not going to surge higher from here, as we just found out. The pace at which global debt is rising is accelerating. And who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for who's creating all this debt? Well, it's the central banks. We are forced to live in their system. They are deconstructing the system. You all know that. We're going to melt up on an epic scale with regard to ballooning debts and deficits and everything else. And the propaganda is going to get even crazier. You know, honestly, this is kind of amazing here. We just heard from the World Bank. Okay, the World Bank, just sit down for a minute if you're not. Just increase their forecast for global growth. Maybe they mean global debt growth. Now, honestly, this is what they said. The World Bank is increasing their global forecast for growth, citing strength of the U.S. economy. In other words, the U.S. economy is so strong right now that they're expecting that to pick up global growth. You do realize that this is 100% propaganda. Not only is the economy here in the United States contracting at its fastest pace we've ever seen, along with debts and deficits and ballooning debt, the global economy is contracting at its fastest pace we've ever seen. Nothing even comes close to what we're witnessing now. But meanwhile, we got central banks inflating the money supply, ballooning the debt, and you know this whole thing is just a comedy of errors, right? No, it isn't at all. Anyway, So this is just another piece of propaganda. You want to talk about propaganda? Here's another one. For my friends in the UK, my heart goes out to you. That's really the truth. I have a lot of friends in the UK. Rain. Yeah. Blame it on the rain. Rain is being blamed for the UK economy coming to a halt. They're blaming it on the rain. Yeah, it's rain. Of course it's the rain. It must be the rain because that's what... I'm not making this up. Look it up for yourself. They're blaming the rain. It's raining too much. But yeah, that's the reason why the economy is in free fall along with the rest of the world. It's rain. You know it's rain because that's what they're telling you. Anyway, a couple of other things. Just real quick. This is another lovely headline. U.S. debt is at $34 trillion. Why are we struggling to pay our loans if the government can't? Well, the government happens to be the Federal Reserve. It's not the freak show, the Bidens, the Trumps, or anybody else here. And the goal here of central banks is to what? Tell Greg one more time. Oh, yeah, to inflate. And to tell you that everything is fine. And have the World Bank tell you that the United States economy is so strong. It's so strong it's going to lift the entire global economy. In fact, our economy is so strong that we just found out that FedEx is now going to lay off another 2,000 people, and that's going to save the company $175 million. And let me ask you, where do you think that $175 million is going to go? To the CEOs for their bonuses, or is it going to go to help you lower cost of shipping? Duh! I think it's a no-brainer here. You're screwed. Yeah, that's, of course. You can't make this stuff up. Now, here's something else you can't make up here. Market Watch headline: credit scores and mortgage payments can help catch dementia. So if you happen to have a low credit score and you fall back on your mortgage payment, you're demented. Just in case you were wondering if you needed, maybe you should listen to Market Watch instead of maybe your doctor or your nurse. No, you're demented. If you have a low credit score, you're demented. If you fall back on your mortgage payments, you're demented. In case you were wondering. Yeah. I told you, this is a freaking freak show, people, on an epic freaking scale. You know, while I got you here, let's see what stock futures are doing on the back of all this here. Oh wow, this is lovely here. Let's see, stock Dow futures surge higher on the back of this this fantastic inflation report. Yeah, inflation is still rising, but the Dow loves it. Let's see what else is going on here. 10-year yield dropping. Who's buying all the debt? Dollar weakened substantially, down 0.62%. Cryptocurrency getting a bit higher. Let's see what else we got going on here. Gold and silver. Silver up 2%. Crude oil surging. Oh, this is beautiful. Wow. You mean everything is perfect again? It is, because we're together, people, and I love that. And I love all of you. I mean that from the heart, man. I honestly do. Anyway, so are you surprised? Inflation is rising year over year, over 3%? No. That you might be demented if your credit score is low, and if you fall back on a payment here, that the U.S. economy is so strong right now that it's going to lift the world. That's how strong we are. And that the pace of inflation is skyrocketing faster than we've ever seen. You can't make this stuff up here. U.S. debt is ballooning. And, of course, some mysterious entity is buying all the debt. I wonder who that is. Oh, my God. More corporate layoffs. You know, look at the videos that we did, you and I, honestly, at the end of last year. Everything we said that would happen this year is happening, and the propaganda, the debt, the layoffs, and it's crazy, people. Look, you can expect what we just said yesterday, and I took so much heat for that. Again, the title of my video was "Buy It All," because again, everything is going to go up here on the back of currency devaluation, much more easy money, inflating debts and deficits here. Stay long the market. This is Greg's opinion, and you're entitled to your own, of course. You need to be long this market. My lions, I think every single one of them would agree with me here. Get long the market, stay long the market. increase your long positions. With regard to pullbacks, with regard to the market, with regard to gold and silver and cryptocurrency and commodities, buy them all. Buy them all, because this market is going much higher. Until it doesn't. Until we get closer to the presidential selection, we're going to ride this wave, okay? They want to play their games. We're going to play ours. And we can play the game better. You know why? Because we're way smarter than they are. We are way, way smarter than they are. This guy here loves you from the heart, people. Let me know what you think about the stuff we covered here. Greg, you're on target. Greg, you're way off base. Let me know. All right? I want to hear from you. And with that said, we're going to reconvene full 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. I really hope to see you there. And until that time, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other.